Welcome to YSN Live. Eric Hughes here at Bedford Trails in Lowellville with the Rockets cheerleading coaches, Coach Angel and Coach Liv. How you guys doing tonight?
Hi, we're doing well.
Doing good.
And how long have both you guys been coaching cheerleading?
This is my 29th year.
29.
29.
This is my first year coaching.
First year? Yeah. How's your first year been?
It's fantastic. Couldn't ask for anything better.
And what made you want to start coaching cheerleading?
Well, I was always involved in cheerleading in high school, and I actually was at a wedding, and the principal at the time, Mrs. Chalet, shout out to her, said that they needed a cheerleading coach, and she asked me if I would be interested in doing it, and that was in 1996. So here I am.
And how about you, Liv? What was it, your mom made you want to start coaching cheerleading?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, she created this passion in me for cheering that I couldn't just resist. So I came to Louisville just to experience that a little bit more.
Well, thanks, Liv.
And I'll ask you first, Angel.
Okay.
Can you describe what it's like coaching alongside your daughter?
Oh my gosh, I don't want to get emotional, but it's like a dream come true. I watched her cheer Pee-wees, then junior high, then high school, and she actually cheered for YSU. So to have her on this staff, it just fulfills my every dream for her, and she's just amazing at what she does.
And how about you, Liv? How's it like coaching alongside your mom?
It's everything I could have ever wanted. We had this bond in high school, and it was just like we always had the ideas that we wanted to work with each other, but now like we're coaching alongside of each other, we could actually have those dreams come to life. So it's amazing.
Would you say you guys like coach a different way from each other? You guys coach kind of the same way?
We definitely coach differently. Liv coaches kind of like I did when I very first started. She's very structured. She likes perfection. She brings out the best in the girls. And on the tail end of my career, I'm a little bit more permissive, want things to be a little bit more fun, where Liv is definitely the mastermind behind all the creativity. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I'm definitely more strict, although I do want the girls to have fun. I definitely think that looking clean is one of the main things that I strive to do with our cheerleaders, and in order to do that, I have to be a little bit more strict.
But Eric, they do call her a lot instead of me. Like
Really?
yes, when they need something, they reach out to Liv. I think they're worried that I'm going to get upset with them, so they do reach out to Liv a lot more.
And alongside you guys, who are like some of the leaders on the team you want to say, like want to give a shout out to?
Oh, our leaders, we have so many. We have such a good squad this year, but right now in my mind are my five seniors, Jocelyn, Morgan, McKenna, Gianna, and Elizabeth. What do you think, Liv?
Yeah, I definitely think our Fab Five, they were my freshmen when I was a senior at Lowellville, so they kind of stepped up to the game, and they just bring a lot to the team.
They really have made this year very easy for me. I mean, they're so organized, and they motivate the other girls to be the best they can be, so we're really lucky this year.
Who would you say the funniest cheerleader on the team is that really keeps the vibes going?
Oh, listen, we have a really good time. I have a toss-up. Mine's between Jocelyn Del Signor and Morgan Lewis.
Morgan was a pretty popular
Morgan was a
answer
popular
when I
one.
interviewed a few of them.
Jocelyn, to me, like, she's hilarious, though, because she'll do songs in, like, a Broadway voice. So, like, she'll all of a sudden break into a Broadway sideshow, which I totally adore. How about you, Liv?
I love them all, but Jocelyn has me laughing most of the time. Morgan's funny. Jocelyn does her Broadway shows, and it gets me laughing all the time. So Jocelyn.
And then can you describe kind of like the hard work that goes into being a cheerleader that other people don't see?
Oh, wow. There is so much behind the scenes work, and it's an ancillary sport, which means that if the actual sport of football or basketball is not going on, we cannot have our sport. So
Right.
it's actually thankless. Everything these girls do is to motivate the other team that we're cheering for to be successful. So the hard work that's put into it, going to camp, we compete against huge schools like Upper Arlington. They have thousands of kids in grades 9 through 12, and we have 500 kids K through 12, not even. So they really, I have to wonder, what would our football or basketball team perform against Upper Arlington? And we won. We beat them.
Right.
So there's just so much hard work. Anything I missed?
Yeah, no, I think camp is one of the major things that people don't really realize. They see that we go crazy for the banana, but they really don't realize the work that we put in while we're there. Literally staying up till 12 o'clock in the morning trying to get everything perfected, and we just carry that over to our seasons.
And we actually start practices in May. So we have these girls from May through tryouts in March. So we get to know them very, very well, and the work they put into it is just amazing. I'm so proud of them.
Yeah, there's like a lot of people like who say it's not a sport. My answer is always, I love to like see you try and do what they do, jumping on top of each other,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
sports and all that.
Yeah.
I can't do any of that.
Well, just to keep even jumping for the amount of time that we do, like the players get to come out, the players get substituted. Those 12 girls are cheering that whole entire time. So, I mean, and from your experience, it's exhausting.
It is exhausting, yeah.
Yeah.
So Lowellville, obviously, it's a very small school. Are there like any challenges like trying to recruit like girls to join the team?
None.
None?
It's coveted to be a part of the team. These girls have built a legacy. All my girls before that, this year, everyone knows that once you're my cheerleader, you're always my cheerleader, and the legacy continues. The alumni cheerleaders come back year after year. We really, really have built a really good program, and we're never in need of girls to cheer. We've always had a good tryout.
I agree, yep.
What would you say like the biggest challenges of being a cheerleader coach?
Oh, well, going around other sports is
Right.
often a problem, but I've really learned to work with the coaches in those other sports because in a small school like Lowellville, you share your athletes. So if you don't accommodate the other schedules, then your sport's going to suffer as well. And I would just have to say, anytime you get 20 teenage girls together, there's always going to be some sort of a challenge. But I wouldn't have it any other way. I absolutely adore it.
No, I think the challenges is what makes it most interesting because we like to reroute everything and we kind of view it as a challenge. So I wouldn't have it any other way.
And what would you say your guys' favorite part about being a cheerleader coach is? Is it coaching alongside each other, or is there something else?
I adore coaching with Livia, but I absolutely adore watching these girls succeed. When this squad in particular brought home that top banana award at camp, I literally had the biggest emotional breakdown. I mean, I am so proud of these girls. I love to watch them succeed. And even more now, looking back on my career, I love when the girls come back and tell me what cheering meant to them.
Yeah, I agree. I think just seeing them succeed, not only in cheering, but we support them in all aspects of their life, no matter their workplace, their schooling. We love to see them just succeed.
And who are some coaches you guys have had in the past that have kind of helped shape the way you guys coach today?
My coach was Lorraine Matisse. She was my high school cheerleading coach. I still use her merit-demerit system that I had in high school. Lots that I learned from her I use. So thank you, Lorraine.
Obviously, my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, no matter if she was my coach or not, I think she would have still had an impact on me. There's just so many life lessons I've learned, and we tried to keep the coach mom-daughter thing totally separate, and I think her going hard on me when I was in high school really made me who I am today.
Yeah, it was rough coaching Liv. When she was a freshman, her seniors actually approached me. It was Kaylin Chavers, and she said, "Listen, you need to back off that little one. You're expecting way too much." And so, but here you are because of those. So yeah, you're right. That was a difficult time.
So, Angela, you've been coaching for 29 years, correct?
Correct.
So, throughout those 29 years, if you could pinpoint to like one certain moment that sticks like out of all of them, what would it be?
Oh gosh, I have top 5, believe it or not, and
Okay.
it's when our squads would take home that banana at cheer camp, when we would totally dominate those bigger schools, especially way back in the heyday when we would go to Ohio State for camp, and we would have such big squads we were competing against, and our little girls from this little small town just shined. I mean, I'm just so proud of each and every time they accomplished that. So that really stands out. And my athletes that then went on to cheer in college, I'm really proud of them too. I have several of them that cheered in college. Sorry, I'm passing the mic.
All right. How about you, Liv, through 1 year?
So I definitely think this past camp had a very memorable time for me, just because those seniors were my freshmen. We have shared so much with each other, and just to see them totally come out of their shell and perform at camp like there was nothing to lose, that was my main thing this year.
And Lowellville, I mentioned it's obviously a very small school. Everybody knows each other, but the football games, basketball games, like they're always packed. Can you describe what kind of means to you guys to be Lowellville Rockets?
Oh, listen, I bleed blue and gold. I mean, I have a passion for Lowellville that's deep-seated. I graduated from Lowellville. I live in Lowellville. I believe in Lowellville. It is my heart and soul. When I see those fans pack those stands and cheer for those boys that are most often in football going both ways, or that we have a bench of 3 people in basketball that we could substitute and we are dominating and the community's backing them. Or even, we had a fundraiser for Snap Raise, and we were able to raise thousands of dollars to get new uniforms, and that's only because of our community. So our community just rallies around our school, and I so appreciate it. And I appreciate our board for giving me the opportunity to coach with Livia. They trusted me enough to bring her on board, so thank you.
I think being Lowellville Rocket means to me just having the community back us up. There's definitely a lot of times where we need the support of our community, and they're always there for us, no matter what it is, so.
Yeah, me personally, I'm a Struthers Wildcat. I live 5 minutes down the road from Lowellville, but I always support you guys also.
We love Struthers.
Yeah.
We're Struthers.
Struthers.
Go Wildcats.
It's always a fun time coming over and calling your games.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yep.
It's a good atmosphere. It's very fun.
Best concessions at 330 also.
Oh,
which
best concessions.
Leads me to my next question. If you can only pick one item off the concessions to keep forever, which would it be?
Oh, mine's wedding soup, hands down.
Wedding
I
soup.
send one of the cheerleaders every halftime to get me wedding soup.
Yeah, I think unpopular opinion, I always get the mozzarella sticks. They're not like a staple, but like at our concession stands they are.
Right. So mine's kind of
What's
unpopular
yours?
also. It's the chicken parm.
Oh, yeah,
So,
no, chicken parm's good, yeah.
It's funny, there's 3 of us, not one of us at the cavatelli.
Oh, no.
That's like the most
You know,
popular
I know.
answer, too.
You know, the girls get the cavatelli and they get the meatballs. That's all, those are popular. And just for any of the cheerleaders that were watching, we heard that the cheese is spicy. Cheese is spicy.
No, I love the cavatelli also. The wedding soup also hits different when like the weather gets colder.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm eating it, Eric, when it's 90 degrees out, so that's me. I'm that coach.
And then what do you guys like to do whenever you're not coaching?
Oh, when I'm not coaching, I love to travel. We're a Disney family. I love to go to Florida, Marco Island, and I love to garden and read. Those are my favorite things.
I like hanging out with my family and friends because I really don't get to see them with school that much, and I love to read. That's one of my favorite things to do.
All right, and there's one more person I want to give a shout out to.
Giovanni Doherty.
Giovanni.
Giovanni Doherty.
Oh, the girls are not going to be happy about that one.
Cross country coach, junior high coach.
I work with Giovanni, so I'm pretty sure he'll be happy.
Yeah,
about
he
that.
will. Shout out to
um,
you, G.
Angel, Liv, thank you guys for taking time to interview. We
Oh,
really
thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much for having us and for calling attention to cheerleading. Eric, can you shout out our One Hot Cookie event?
Oh, shout out to their One Hot Cookie event. You guys go into it for me, please.
Absolutely. So right now, we're the game of the week at One Hot Cookie, the Rockets versus the Jackson Milton Blue Jays. So we're asking all our Rocket fans to please go to One Hot Cookie on Boardman Canfield Road, right next to Blue Wolf Tavern, and cast your vote. If you were Rocket wear, you get to have 2 votes. So we would really like to defeat the Blue Jays. So thank you for the shameless plug.
All right, you guys heard Angel. Go vote, and thank you guys again for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Eric. Thanks for having us.
Anytime.